Samuel Appleton was a military and government leader in the Massachusetts Bay Colony and province of Massachusetts Bay. He was a commander of the Massachusetts militia during King Philip's War who led troops during the attack on Hatfield, Massachusetts and the Great Swamp Fight. He also held numerous positions in government and was an opponent of Governor Sir Edmund Andros. Early life. Appleton was born in 1625 in Little Waldingfield, England to Samuel and Judith Appleton. When he was 11 years old he moved to Ipswich, Massachusetts with his father. Personal life. In 1651 he married Hannah Payne of Ipswich. They had 3 children, Hannah, Judith, and Samuel. On December 8, 1656 he married Mary Oliver. They had 4 children, John, Isaac, Oliver, and Joanna. In 1664, Appleton sued the Saugus Iron Works, which had been owned by his father-in-law, William Payne, in order to secure an inheritance of £1,500 left by Payne to Appleton's 3 children with Hannah Payne. Samuel Appleton, Jr., would eventually take control of the ironmaster's house as part of the settlement. Military career. In 1668, Appleton was chosen to serve as a deputy to the Massachusetts General Court and received the title of lieutenant. He served in the company of his brother, Captain John Appleton, from 1669 to 1671. He then served by himself from 1673 to 1675. In 1675, King Philip's War broke out and Appleton was promoted to captain. On September 24, 1675, Appleton received a commission to command a foot company of 100 men. He proceeded to the Connecticut River Valley, where Captain Thomas Lathrop's company had been destroyed on September 18. On October 4, Major John Pynchon resigned as commander-in-chief of the militia headquarters in Hadley and Appleton was chosen to succeed him. Not knowing where the next attack would come from, Appleton divided his army among 3 towns. He stationed a force in Northampton under the command of Lieutenant Nathaniel Seeley. This group was supplemented by troops under the command of Robert Treat of Connecticut. A second group under the command of Captains Jonathan Poole and Samuel Mosley was stationed in Hatfield. Appleton himself commanded the third force, which was stationed in Hadley. Attack on Hatfield. At noon on October 19, several fires were spotted north of Hadley. Captain Mosley sent out a scouting party of 10 men who were ambushed 2 miles outside of the garrison. 6 of the men were killed and 3 were captured. Mosley sent to Hadley and Northampton for reinforcements. Appleton and most of his men crossed the river and joined Mosley. Around 4 p.m., a large band of Native American warriors charged the settlement. Appleton defended one side of the town, Captain Poole defended the other, and Captain Mosley defended the middle. Appleton's sergeant was killed by his side and Appleton just missed getting shot as a bullet went through his hat. After 2 hours the warriors retreated in confusion. The battle at Hatfield was the Native Americans' first real setback of the war and a turning point for the English colonists, as it proved that the Native Americans could be repelled if the militia was prepared. Great Swamp Fight. In November 1675, the commissioners of the United Colonies of New England had evidence that the neutral Narragansett tribe was assisting Matacoma. They chose to launch a preemptive strike on the Narragansett. On December 8, 527 members of the Massachusetts militia, led by Appleton, gathered in Dedic, Massachusetts. Plymouth Colony gathered 159 men under the command of William Bradford, and Connecticut moved 300 men under the command of Robert Treat, along with 150 Mohegan warriors. Governor Josiah Winslow of Plymouth Colony was named Commander-in-Chief. On December 19, 1675, the Narragansett Fort was captured in the Great Swamp Fight. 110 of Appleton's men were either killed or wounded in the battle. Afterwards, Appleton and his remaining men returned to Boston and he retired from active service. Civil service. In 1668, Appleton served as a commissioner of Essex County. From 1668 to 1671, 1673 to 1675, and 1679 to 1681 he was a deputy to the Massachusetts General Court. From 1681 to 1686 he was a member of the Council of Assistants. Opposition to Andros government. Appleton opposed the government of colonial Governor Sir Edmund Andros as early as 1682. In 1687, Appleton refused to pay taxes levied by Andros without approval of the council. On September 19, 1687, a warrant was issued for Appleton's arrest for being factiously and seditiously inclined and disaffected to His Majesty's government. According to tradition, Appleton hid at his son's home in Saugus and delivered an address from a rocky cliff near the ironworks in which he denounced the tyranny of Andros. The place where he is said to have delivered the speech became known as Appleton's pulpit. Appleton was arrested on September 20 and brought before the council on October 5. He remained in prison until March 7, 1688, when he was released by the Superior Court in exchange for a £1,000 bond for his future appearance. Later service and death. Appleton was a member of the council that governed Massachusetts between the 1689 Boston Revolt and the Charter of Province of Massachusetts Bay, taking effect in 1692. He served as Justice of the Quarterly and General Sessions Court. He was also a judge on the Court of Oyer and Terminer in Ipswich on April 16, 1692 for the trial of persons charged with witchcraft. All were acquitted. Appleton died on May 15, 1696. Descendants. Appleton's descendants include First Lady Jane Pierce, Bowdoin College President Jesse Appleton, entomologist Alpheus Spring Packard, Professor William Alfred Packard, Maine Supreme Judicial Court Chief Justice John Appleton, Union Army Colonel John F. Appleton, Congressman William Appleton, merchant and philanthropist Samuel Appleton, Congressman Nathan Appleton, author Thomas Gold Appleton, publisher Daniel Appleton, publisher William Henry Appleton, publisher George Svet Appleton, Major General Francis Henry Appleton. Frances Appleton, the wife of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, artist Ernest Wadsworth Longfellow, and philanthropist and preservationist Alice Mary Longfellow.